Hi everyone. We have already discussed the need to track our cash flow in my last video. If you have missed that one, I'll give you a link in the description to check it out. Once you have got into the habit of budgeting your expenditure and spending less than you earn, you can take the first step towards building an emergency fund. So, what is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is a certain percentage of your savings that you set aside to provide you a financial safety cover in case of emergencies. An emergency fund is not something that you use to buy a new pair of shoes for an upcoming event or to get a new haircut. An emergency fund is important for worst case scenarios such as a medical crisis or a job loss or a sudden car breakdown or a house repair cost. Having an emergency fund will help you not to rely on borrowing and fall in the debt trap, but will gear you up to deal with the situation with a sense of calm and control. So, how do we build an emergency fund? An emergency fund cannot be built in a day. It should be done gradually by setting aside a particular amount of money every month in a separate bank account. Let me explain this. We all have a salary account or a transactional account. To create an emergency fund, we need to have a separate account with the same bank or maybe another bank where you can park your savings in case of emergencies. The less access you have to this account, the better it is, so you are not tempted to spend money from this account for unreasonable purchases. The goal should be only in case of financial hardships. Now let's dive in to know how much money to set aside in an emergency fund. The right amount of money to be put into an emergency fund will depend on your financial situation. But a good rule of the thumb is to have enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Living expenses will include your monthly rent or mortgage payment, monthly utility, that is gas, water, electricity. You have a monthly insurance premium, monthly loan payment, monthly grocery expenses, and other expenses such as phone and internet bills. Once you find your average monthly living expenditure, multiply it with 3, 4, 5 or 6 to get your target figure for an emergency fund. For example, if your monthly living expense is Rs 20,000, multiply it with 3 to get Rs 60,000, which will be the target amount you put aside as an emergency fund to cover 3 months of your living expense. So very quickly, a few takeaways for you from this video. Number 1. Have a dedicated emergency fund account. Number 2. Start by putting aside whatever little amount you have. Number 3. Be consistent with your savings habit. Number 4. Boost your savings if and when your financial situation improves. Saving money is incredibly important in today's world. It helps you to stay away from debt and aids stress-free living. And having an emergency fund is a great starting point. So do let me know if you like my video and also subscribe to my channel for more uploads of my videos. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.